Hey Bauer Fam!
Hey, Bauer Fam.
So today we are going to be discussing postpartum depression. I feel like it's really important that we raise awareness because as a mom who went through it and still struggles, I just want people to know that they're not alone. So the reason why I knew I had postpartum depression is because I was sad all the time. Like I would cry for like anything and everything. I just felt alone, like I had no one to talk to, no one to turn to. And Bruce will tell you.
Yeah, I was off for quite a few weeks when we had Forrest, and that helped. But as soon as I went back to work, it started going like slowly regressing.
Yeah, even though I knew I had him, I would get in my own head. And then another thing too is like, as a mom of three, you're constantly taking care of the kids, cooking, cleaning. You put yourself in the back burner. Like I felt like I couldn't eat or drink because I was very hands-on with my kids. And I just never took a chance to focus on me. Like I was making sure my kids were happy, but I forgot about me. So another thing I want to say is that I was extremely hard on myself. Like I would beat myself up, like especially during my breastfeeding journey. Like I did struggle because like I did mention on the last video, my kids all had tongue ties or lip ties, and like I didn't think about it, but that was also affecting my production, and so I just felt like I wasn't doing enough, and I wanted to be a better mom, and I wanted to produce more for my son, and then with my hormones all over the place, like I gained weight. That's something I did mention on breastfeeding part 1, that I did gain weight, and I always gain weight every time I breastfed, and I would gain about like 15 to 20 pounds, and I would be really hard on myself. I'd look at myself in the mirror and I'd be like, man, you look ugly, like you're fat, and then I didn't feel good about it either, saying that to myself, but like my knee, it took a toll on my knee, and then like, you just constantly get in your own head. That's what I mean about getting in my own head, and it put me in a bad place. So after time, I did reach out to my doctor, and my doctor, was very comforting to me. He was very reassuring to me that I am not alone. He did let me know that 1 in every 10 women do go through this, and a lot of women just never confess or are completely honest about it, so they never really accept it, and it puts him in a bad place. And he's like, you're ahead of the game, you're aware of it. Now we can do something going forward. He did want to put me on medication, but I wasn't completely comfortable with the idea of getting put on medication, because once I knew I had postpartum depression, I started to do some research, and in that research I did find that some of the medications can put you through suicidal thoughts, and that just didn't sit well with me, and I didn't feel comfortable doing it. The other thing too that I do want to mention is like, when I did confess to my doctor, I felt like I had, I was completely honest about it, and it's like I had opened a Pandora box, and like I just felt like something had gotten off my chest, and I just felt like I had someone else to turn to. So if you are struggling, reach out to your doctor. He will or she will guide you and let you know that you're not alone, and you'll get through it. So after that conversation with my doctor, he did agree that it was important that I did come back and see him, just to make sure that I was going in the right path, and that I wasn't regressing, and that I was only getting better and improving, because if I did go backwards, that he was going to put me on medication. But I did tell him that I did want to consult with my husband first, because he is a pharmacist. Bruce knows how drugs work, and which one would best suit me, because I was breastfeeding, and that was like a really big thing. A couple of my friends did reach out to me that had babies during the same time that I had Forrest, and they did let me know that they too were dealing with postpartum depression. One of them did get put on medication, but her baby did have side effects, and the baby started throwing up. And then I talked to Bruce, and I was like, I don't think medications are what best suit me, so we need to figure out something else that I can do to get through it, because I don't want it to affect the baby at all. Like that was a big thing. So we made a decision just to go to the gym and let go of some stress, release some good endorphins to get through it. And honestly, that was like the best decision that we made, because I had alone time, and I had some time to self-reflect, and some time to focus on me, and to focus on number 1, because at the end of the day, if you're not taking care of number 1, who's going to take care of number 1 for you? So to this day, I still have highs and lows. Like there'll be days where I'll feel great and some days I just won't feel so great. Like for this week, for whatever reason, I have not felt myself, but I know I'll get through it. I know this too shall pass. But one thing I do want to say is that I feel like it's really important to maintain friendships and maintain
Relationships in general.
Yeah, with your loved ones, because that's what's going to help you get through it. Like I said, I did have a couple friends that did go through it, but I feel like we're getting through it together. Like if they're having a hard day, or if I'm having a hard day, or hard time at all, we just reach out to each other and we talk about it. I did mention this to my mom. I mentioned it to my sisters. I also mentioned it recently to a couple other people, but I didn't have such a good experience reaching out to them, letting know what was going on.
Yeah, so if somebody does like inform you about this or is trying to reach out to you, it takes a lot of courage to do that. So just be supportive, empathize with them. That's the main thing. That's the best thing you can do if you're the other party, just hearing.
Yeah, because like he said, it does take a lot of courage. It's like, it's not something that you're proud of. It's not something that you feel comfortable talking about. Like even with my own husband, it took a lot of courage for me just to talk to him. And I'm glad I did, but like it took a while. But he knew something was up. He reached out to me too and was like, what's going on? And how can we get through this together? So make sure you do maintain relationships with loved ones and do speak up, because they'll be there for you. And if they're not there for you, that's what Bruce and I plan on doing. If you guys are struggling through like depression, or you feel like you don't have anyone to turn to us, guys. We'll be there for you. We promise we'll reach back out to you. And whatever conversations happen between you and I, or Bruce and you, whatever conversations do come to pass, we are going to make sure that we keep it completely confidential. But know that we're here for you guys. We're trying to be completely transparent with you guys, because we know that this does happen, and we want you to know that you're not alone. But thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little different. It's not something that I felt comfortable talking about. I know one of my friends did tell me, like, I can't wait for you to put that video out there, but like I said, it's something hard to discuss. Like, I get anxious talking about it. I had to have Bruce here for emotional support because it was a very heavy topic for me. But I do want to say thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment down below, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.